Mixtapes.
The classic mixtapes.
Doing the mixtape thing.
Let me drop a mixtape.
Oh, mixtape.
The mixtapes.
This is the Art Behind the Tape Podcast. Hosted by
This
DJ Mars and Bril Ndiaye, covering the spectrum of the mixtape culture.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? The Art Behind the Tape Podcast right here. What's going on, Mars?
Yeah, man, we in the building, man. Listen, it's summer season.
Yeah.
It's no longer winter season. It's no longer fall season. And I know this sounds super corny. I'm tossing it to my mans in the middle. It is holiday season.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was Mark, that's one of the best ones I've heard in a long time. Nothing corny about that.
That was an alley-oop.
That was amazing, man.
DJ Holiday in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me, man, on a beautiful day in town.
Definitely.
It's 2,000 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's very hot outside.
If we both got on hoodies.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't, breaking the day down right. I just tried to grab something to sweat a little bit. But anyway, what's going on? Y'all good?
Man, we in here.
The art behind the tape. I like this.
Thank you, doggy.
Thank you, man.
This is amazing. This is an honor, man. I guess we're gonna talk about mixtapes and stuff.
Man,
right?
no, mixtapes, obviously.
First and foremost, thank you for writing this and getting this done.
Thank you.
This is amazing. I got this at the house.
Thanks for being a part of it, too, as well.
Yeah, for sure, man. I feel like I'm the, I always say I'm the Lawrence Fishburne of mixtapes.
What does that mean?
Well,
You saying you handsome?
No, this is why I break it down. Lawrence Fishburne is like he's up there with Denzel, but he just never got the credit. He did a lot of great mix. No, that's it. I say Forrest Whitaker.
So hold on, Nicki. Let me cut you off. Nicki Minaj said I was the first rapper to make $1 million off of mixtapes. That was a tape you did.
I know that, guys, and I got maybe like 30,000 of that. It could have been more. But I was saying that because on the way over here, knowing when I was coming, I said, man. I've always been like compared to drama and people like that and stuff, and it's weird because I did an interview in New York a couple months ago for Adidas, and it was just weird because they were saying like, oh man, you did all these amazing things, you're so humble about it, and I was just like, it's cool, but I never was chasing drama and people like that. Like you understand, hands down, I say this on any interview I ever did. Shout out to drama. Trap or Die was my Bible when I was coming up in college. Yeah. That's what made me want to do it more so less, made it more real to me to touch it and see it. But Clue was the one that when I met him and we talked in New York, man, he told me like, no, bro, you really can go grab it and make money off this shit. And just, don't be afraid to take chances on people. And that's what I did not understand. So I only say that like, I'm not drama. Drama is the king of this shit and he's been doing it for years. But I always say, I feel like I got a couple good ones in there, like Lawrence Fishburne, like he was Matrix, what I'm saying,
Boys in the Hood,
Boys in the Hood, King of New York, High Learning, but not Denzel, and that's what I say.
Let me ask you this: this is the question I'm about to ask was not on the board, but I love how this is flowing off top. Do you feel like? So I'm gonna give you another twist on what you said. Do you feel like your notoriety didn't? Let's use the word skyrocket because at the time that you took off, let's put a year, right? I'm just giving you an example. Yeah. Let's say it was 2010 when you took off. Yeah. 2012, Drama and Cannon had the raid situation, so that kind of killed the mixtape movement. So do you feel like it was because it wasn't because of your effort. Your effort was through the roof. Yeah. Right? The artists that you broke, several of them, we're definitely going to get into that. Yeah. Right. Several of them went through the roof, but do you feel like the mixtape ceiling got closed because of Drama and Cannon? Because that was, if you were to ask me, I would say that would be because the effort was there, dog.
Yeah,
it was definitely there.
Killing them.
Yeah, the ceiling I feel like did close, but at the same time, I think the digital part about it switched it a little bit too, and then that made it more difficult. I had to figure all that shit out by myself because I was in the affiliates. Cocoon and Crew and I was learning and figuring out how to do distribution. It was hand in hand at that time. But then when the digital popped off with the Dat Piff and live mixtapes, I had to figure that shit out myself because I didn't know nobody.
On the fly right there.
Yeah, right then and there. Like, hold on, you got this Gucci mixtape, but you got to get this shit out to hundreds of thousands of people. Right. How do you do it? And that's what I had to figure out for myself. It was very difficult. But I figured it out. So yes, that answers your question. I did feel like a ceiling hit me right when I was, when I got the writing on the walls and the Beam Me Up Scotties and things like that. But I still came behind that and gave you guys, Wiz Khalifa's and OJ the Juice Man, Waka Flocka's, like, you know what I'm saying, French Montanas and all that
Period.
shit. Yeah,
Nicki Minaj.
Young Dolph, Chief Keef.
Right.
I mean, I did damage.
Yo, that's a summer jam show.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
In any city.
I did damage, but it just, you're right, Mars. That's why I said, I feel like people tend to forget that I did that many different ones.
We ain't forget.
And I touched so many different places. I never want to just be like ATL and that's it. It was I'm very big on moving around and knowing who's that guy in the town. Any city I've ever touched, I always try to find out who the next hot dude, and I invite him to the club to come kick it with me.
Kick it with
every
so
time.
let me ask you this. This is, and I'll let Bril set this off. Like when we start the show, we generally start with the genesis of that person's life, like where they started. Bril brought up a fact, clearly, because it's about you.
Yeah.
But Bril brought up a fact, and I let him ask the question. Your heritage. This is super dope, and it's super exciting to me. Bro.
So you were born in Germany. People don't know that about you.
Yeah.
You rep the East Side to the fullest, but you were born in Germany. Talk about that.
Yeah, I was born in Germany. I was born there. My mom, military. She's been in the military, 40, 50 years now or something. But she's retired now and kicking it, having a good time. But yeah, Germany was the start of it. I was born there. I was raised there for, I think, 6 years of my life.
Okay.
And then one day she just, told me, like, it's time to go to America. But on an army base, and we went to San Jose first, and then San Jose for a couple of years, and I learned the West Coast culture a lot out there, and then it was okay. Now we're going to stay with your grandparents in Georgia, and I was like, oh shit,
East Side.
Well, no, first it was the West Side,
Okay,
and then it was my mom saved up her money, got her own house, and we was like, oh, we're moving to Decatur.
Okay,
Well, Lithonia rather, or Decatur, Lithonia.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that was just a straight up culture shock because I didn't have to ride the bus in Germany. I didn't have to ride the bus in San Jose. It was all drop off because we was on army base, so you walk to the school. The school is literally down the street.
Right.
On the base. Yeah, you go to Burger King, go to McDonald's, go to the bowling alley, go to movie theater.
Right there.
All that shit's everything's there. You're raised pretty much in a bubble.
Wow.
So let me ask you this: what year did you move from the state? I mean, how old were you? We moved from Germany back to the States. 6, you said?
Yeah, 6.
So do you have any recollection of what either you or your mom was listening to musically at the time?
No. Yeah. Sundays, we did church online. Well, not online. Yeah, I can't say that. Hold on. Sundays, I know we listened to gospel music, but I don't remember exactly how we got it. It was I don't remember. It was something on the radio or something like that. But nevertheless, like I said, she played Luther Vandross, she played the Temptations, she played everything. Kerry Washington, it's just all type of stuff like that. It really stuck with me. A lot of R&B, pretty much everything you play at the Usher concert
at the joints. So okay, so you're 6 years old, back to the States. When do you get in love with hip hop?
The older kids in our neighborhood was talking about Reasonable Doubt and Jay-Z, and then a lot of Snoop Dogg, and I Bet You Can't Get That album because your mom won't let you listen to it. Yeah, and then I remember, and I've told Jay-Z and I've told Snoop this story, but I went to the PX and I stole it. Because my mom wouldn't let me have it, but I did. I didn't have no other choice, because you were cool if you knew the words to the songs, and that's when I learned Lottie Dottie from Snoop Dogg's version. That's when I learned Reasonable Doubt and all that type of stuff, and that just it's so crazy. It's so small of a memory to me, but it's so big, in the production of what started me loving music and stuff like that. So yeah, it was you had to go steal the CDs, get it back, play it in your CD player, and then recite the words and remember. Like even Nas, it was written. I remember that's how I learned If I Ruled the World and shit like that.
Right.
Like you had to and this is when you took out the case and you could read the words. I had to you had to remember that shit at school or you were lame.
Right.
Yo, the funny thing is, as a kid, I used to do the same thing. So it's like regardless of where we are, like culture. For those who are legitimately involved in a culture, either from a fan aspect or obviously future DJ aspect, we all did the same thing.
Yes,
I don't care where you live, Germany, San Jose, LA, Massachusetts. We all will open up the book or album cover,
Open the
whatever,
album,
and just
yeah.
look and
at the credits.
the liner notes.
I used, and even the credit shit. I remember that was a big thing,
Yeah,
man.
it was
like,
huge.
find out who the producer was, the studio they did it in.
I know it's so weird. I really wanted to know that type of shit.
Me too.
And because you think about it, well, I ain't had no phones back then,
Right.
My kids like they would kill me if I turned the Wi-Fi off in the house.
Oh my God.
Like you know what I'm saying? But like Mars, that's crazy you bring that up. I really did that shit, and I listened to every song and I rewinded it, trying to hear the words and say it like. I always wanted to be up one of my friends knowing the words to a song. I just remember that so bad. That's crazy you brought that up.
That's fun stuff, man. We used to look at the inside of the album covers and look at the outfits and be like, damn, I wish I can get that. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could get the Jordan 2s or the Jordan 1s or whatever it was. Tribe Called Quest with New Balance on the first
And
album.
and we bought everything, man. Yeah. I bought everything.
Real quick, thinking about it, you said you stole your albums. I used to order mine from Columbia House and just never pay them back. That's what I used to do.
For 1 cent?
Yeah, for 1 cent.
Wow.
You used to
That's
send you
dope.
8 albums.
Yeah.
Never pay them the money for it.
Nah, yeah.
That was my thing. That was my thing back in the day.
Yeah, man, I stole for a while, man. then I got money to cut grass and stuff, and then I figured it out and
Started paying for it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Southwest DeKalb. How was that environment growing up, coming to Atlanta?
It was tough, man. That was a football strict environment. You know, shout out to Coach Buck Godfrey. I think he just beat cancer. Shout out to Rashawn Ali, that's his daughter. It was difficult, man. You know, but music wasn't even in my stratosphere at that time. It was a lot of No Limit and Cash Money Millionaires, and that's what you played in your car when you pulled up to practice, and that's what you pulled up for lunch and stuff like that. But yeah, it was mostly like. You're playing football. You're going to D1 college. You're gonna make it to the NFL. And
right.
That was in my mind. Oh, that was it.
That was the dream.
And that's what you work towards every day. Because they, Southwest DeKalb at that time, I went from 97 to 2000 or something like that.
Yeah, high school.
It was he's producing Quincy Carter's and Cozy Coleman and Jamal. Jamal Lewis went to Doug, but still, like, it's just you see these people like, yo, this is the guy who's going to the draft, like, and he's going to Tennessee, going to Florida, he's going to Alabama, University of Georgia, and you thought you could touch it,
right?
So you worked your ass off, man. We used to go hit trees. We worked out. We pretty much just
2 a days.
It wasn't
Everything.
even. It just mentally, bro. It just Coach Godfrey taught us to be men, but at the same time, like, it was nothing else in the world that mattered other than working out, lifting weights, running, being an athlete. And that's it.
Were you DJing at the time?
Hell no. I wasn't thinking about none of that. It was
straight football.
Football, yeah. But at the same time, like I said, to revert back to my music context, I bought every No Limit album that ever came out. Yeah, I'm talking about even from the niggas who you didn't care about, like Skull Durries and Cain and Abel's and shit. But Mia X, C Murder, Fiend, I had all that shit, bro. And I'm talking about we used to skip school and leave and go to the record store at Supersonics on flat shows to bring that shit and be happy. Like, it was, like I said, back to reading the shit as a kid, but in high school it was making sure you had that CD before you hit practice. If you had that new fucking Master P,
right,
it was
after football practice and your girl meet you at your car, nigga, you was that nigga. And I'm talking about that. That shit was the coolest shit in the world. And then you had it on Saturdays after the game. After Friday, we beat somebody else. We go out and meet at Checkers on Candler Road.
Wow.
And we beat that shit loud as fuck.
Let me ask you this: were you listening to any mixtapes at the time?
No
mixtapes.
Clues.
Okay.
Clues, yeah, Clues for sure. But I only got that piece of music because my cousins are from Jersey, and they used to make me feel lame, like, because I didn't know Jersey music. They was like, "Oh, all you like is Master P and No Limit and fucking 8-Ball MJG and Player Fly, but you don't know fucking." Jay-Z, nigga, you don't know who Tribe Called Quest is. You don't know who fucking, that's when I was like, oh, okay, well, and that brought my horizon. So then I started buying that music too.
Okay, let's transfer to Fort Valley State.
Yeah.
Go to Fort Valley State.
Fort Valley is music. Yeah.
You playing football?
I got a full scholarship there. Full
Okay.
ride.
What position?
Outside linebacker, strong safety.
Got it.
Yeah. So my mama didn't have to pay for college. So salute to all the kids that's going to college for free.
That
That was a blessing in itself. But that's when I also learned the harsh reality of, no, I'm not going to the NFL because I'm 5'9", I'm 5'10", whatever on a good day, and these motherfuckers are 6'2", and they play running back. And they run a 4.43, and they're running my. But I'm a dog now.
Right.
I'm tackling the fuck out of nigga. I'm a beast, but I just knew the projective of what I was supposed to look like as a strong safety, and that wasn't it. You know, and then that's when I kind of started turning my talents to music, and I got into throwing parties, and I got into hosting gigs, and mass communications was my life at that time.
Okay.
So 50-50 football and then mass communications. But then I saw myself, I stopped going to football practice. I would lie about being sick to go to the mass comm building to finish up a show. And,
A radio show?
Yeah, I had like a college radio show, and you know, people listened to it. It was funny. I used to talk about people and rate girls and shit to make it like interesting. But I threw parties every Friday. Well, every Thursday and Friday at the student hall. And when I did that, that kind of turned into parties.
That's where you get the Plush Blue.
Well, Plush Blue was when I left school my senior year.
Okay.
And I told my mom, I said, Mom, paper or not, I feel like I got what I wanted to get out of college, and I think I need to come home and just try for like 8 months. And she was like, yeah, you got a year, and if you don't, you're going in the Army. And then that was it. And then I met Plush Blue, and that was the question kind of transferring to that. But yeah, I met Plush Blue, and then we started House Nightclub. All that shit.
I remember House
So
Nightclub.
when did you turn, or you went from football player to promoter? When did you turn into DJ Holiday?
Well, DJ Holiday was the summer of my junior year, and the lady, I forgot her freaking name. I'm so sorry, but she knows who she is at Fort Valley. She was my program director at that time, Miss Ellis. God damn it, I remember. Miss Ellis. She was like, "You need a DJ name. You DJ all the students in the parties. You DJ on the campus. You host events. You host step shows, but you don't have a fucking name." It was right.
What was you calling yourself before that?
My name's Robert Avery, so it was like Avery.
Big Rob?
It was Avery. Yeah, it was Avery or whatever. And then she named me DJ Holiday. It was a random ass day. I think I stayed home. It was like supposed to be like Christmas break or something. And that's when I used to go down there because there was so many kids and shit. I never wanted to go really home. I hated like being home, being still. You know. And I was like, I hosted a party that weekend for like the 100 and 300 students that was there, and it was great. And somebody called up, and I was doing the phone line calls, and they was like, "Hey, Holiday," well, not Holiday, was like, "Hey, man, that was a great party you did last night." And she was like, "Oh man, you killing it over the holidays." And I was like, "Holiday." I said, "Well, I need a DJ name." It was very close. It was DJ Fist. For like 2 seconds.
Fist?
Because I pack a punch. It was stupid. I'm sorry. It was corny as shit. I know. I told this story, but DJ Holiday, I think I asked a couple girls that I liked at the time, and then I asked a couple of my friends. My football friends didn't give a fuck. They was like, "Nigga, you're not doing music."
Right.
But I was like, DJ Holiday. It just stuck with me one night. It was like, it rolls off your tongue. It's smooth. It don't sound goofy. Right. Like it's hard. And I was like, in my head, I was like, yo, if I give a couple of some gangster hard ass niggas, DJ Holiday would like that shit. Sound like it sounded like some like mafia shit. Right. Holiday, like that's smooth, but he ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? So
I get it.
But it feel good for the ladies too.
Right.
So that's why I roll with it. And then I asked Miss Ellis, and she said, "That's your name." And then after that, we got flyers and posters, and it was DJ Holiday, and that was it.
And it's marketable.
And it was marketable, yeah. I didn't even think about the Christmas aspect of it. Yeah. I just knew if you had a hard ass drop, that was it. So Dramas was Lil Jon's at the time, and full circle Drama did mine. So, but I had a bunch of other ones that were cool too.
So Plush Blue, that's when you're back in Atlanta, right?
Back in Atlanta, I got a year. Clock is on me. I got a year to fucking figure it out. And I'm living in my mama's basement. I'm carrying equipment to these hole in the wall little joints on Glenwood. I'm DJing from fucking 9 to 3 in the morning, nigga, for $150.
I remember that.
No cap, cause like, oh man, I was like, this is my life, nigga. I ain't getting shit done in life, but I'm DJing, and I like this is the only time I'm happy when I'm playing music, and working at the airport. You know what I'm saying? I was a nigga that when your plane pull up, I threw the bags in and out.
And this is what 2000s, like the beginning.
Yeah, it was 2006, 7-ish. And then and then I'm working in the hood clubs, and Zaytoven walks in.
So
Zaytoven changes my life, and Plush Blue at the same time. So imagine those two hitting at the same time.
So before we get into the Zaytoven story, East Side's real heavy. What clubs were you rocking at out here?
It was God damn it, Mars! I don't remember those clubs. Probably don't exist anymore. It was
They probably
hood
don't.
in the. It was some hole in the
Hole in the
wall
walls.
shit, bro.
The
like
gate, like that was
nah,
after the
it wasn't
gate,
no
right?
big nothing. There wasn't nothing big, bro.
Nothing.
I was the opener, cause I was the nigga that opened for you when you came. So, and I know I watched you many times at a lot of clubs, but no, I was the opener, and I was perfectly fine with that.
So you that 9 to 12.
I'm 9 to all night. Nigga. I'm a hustler, bro. I just wanted to be known, and I, you know, that's it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just remember so much wanting to DJ for more than like 100 people. Because any little crowd, if I seen 3 people dancing, I was excited, bro. And I never let go of that. You know, I've DJed for millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people, summer jams, all type of shit. But I've never let go of that feeling it makes me feel in my heart and my goosebumps I get when just a group of people are dancing because I'm controlling what's going on. Mars understands that, right?
Yeah. So we get out of the clubs, or you're still in the clubs on the east side.
Zaytoven introduces me, to Gucci, but Zaytoven asks me, what else do you do? And, you know, I think it was a relationship of Zay coming up there playing music. Like everything, I offer my services to him as if, hey, man, I know you're a producer. I know who you are. I've heard you drop before. But if you got anything that comes out, whatever, come up here and you can listen to it. And I'll play it. I don't give a fuck what it sounds like. So he was doing that. And then he invited me to his house. And then I knew the people that was around him. And I was like, damn, you know, in my mental note of the blueprint of being a mixtape DJ, you got to connect yourself with a dope artist, up and coming artist, whatever. And Gucci Man was, you know,
fire.
Well, he wasn't on fire. It was black T-shirt. It was and I think I'm Icy just came out.
So this is early.
Yeah, it's early. This is me and him, but I'm at the house damn near like an intern. I'm getting chicken. I'm getting blunts. I'm getting whatever niggas need. When the white Hummer's there, I need to be there to make sure that I'm there. You know, provide my services. And mind you, I'm telling Gucci like, hey man, whatever you do or we record, I'll take it to the studio and I'll take it to the club and play it right now. And I always try to beg him to follow me back to the club, and he would never come unless he was getting paid. But he came like once, and then that was like I was the king of that shit. That a couple like 2 weeks when he came, I made him come. I gave him free drinks, everything. But then in that same time, I met Kobe and all those guys at Plush Blue, and I presented my services there, saying, "Hey, I'm a DJ, and I'm pretty much a dude. I'm already doing it for dirt cheap. So here, man, I'm doing it for y'all too." But they wasn't on that shit. They're like, "No, we gonna blow up as bosses all together," and that's what's the transition to when I really made money, because I went from making $300 a month to $1,500, $2,000 every Saturday in my life.
That's when you transition from the east side to
downtown.
House
nightclub. It was over with.
I remember House Nightclub. That was fun.
That was it. That was the changing moment in my life that I prayed for. I mean, I never prayed for finance. Never prayed for finance. I think that you could be under a bridge, you could be fucking on crack, you could be on top of all type of weird shit. And it's a lot of people that's less fortunate. So I just pray for opportunities, for doors for open. And if my opportunity presents itself and I can do my damn thing, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna seize the moment for sure.
Respect that.
So you're downtown, and then the musical taste of the party people downtown is different from the east side, different from the west side, because downtown is the mixture of the transplants as well as the ATLians.
Well, see, the thing about that, Mars, I didn't have to adjust because I'm starting out with them. And they don't even know their crowd yet. They just know they're promoting to the high school, not high school. College. They're promoting to Clark, CAU, and Morehouse and Morris Brown at the time. So whatever I play. Period. So I think that's what made me different. I don't think I played like no other DJ, because I went downstairs outside like scouting y'all to see what y'all played and shit in the club. I played what I like. So that was a lot of Master P, a lot of Cash Money, a lot of booty shaking shit from Luke and Kilo. And then the shit I wanted to break was Gucci. And that's all I cared about. So that made me unique, I think, in my own sense. Like, I broke what I wanted to break, but then I also knew what hits and songs to play, because I was a student of the game, bro. I literally was at the record store every fucking day getting tapes from you guys and tapes from fucking Jelly them, and I was breaking them shits down, finding the songs and making them my own. So, you know, that's what it was.
I know that period that you're talking about. It that new sound we had Scream on here, and he was talking about how he was relative to like the Trillvilles and all that. And I definitely remember you being synonymous with Gucci, right? So if you had Scream with Trillville, Drum with Jeezy, you were like
also Gucci.
Yeah, I saw
Gucci Zaytoven.
Yeah, Gucci Zaytoven, OJ.
Exactly. I saw DJs attaching this or movements attaching to DJs, and I could put like that sound next to you, right? Mm-hmm. So I felt like your attachment with Kobe's crowd, well, y'all's crowd, because y'all built it together, it grew. Like the students weren't ahead of y'all. Y'all were like the same age, and I saw it and I watched it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like we're definitely gonna get into this. Like there's other artists that you were attached to.
Yeah.
OJ definitely relative to Gucci.
That like Zaytoven's house, and I mind you, bro. Like I said, I really feel like God is telling me like to really like get with somebody to write a script, bro. Because I feel like that moment in time, bro, will never be touched again, man. It was just unreal. Like Zaytoven's house, his mom's basement, man, bro, Gucci Man, Zaytoven, a freaking OJ, Waka Flocka, young at a young age, don't even want to do music, freaking Yo Gotti, Young Ralph Rocco when he was just doing real estate and hustling and shit, and telling us the first time he met Monica, shit like that. Like, no, bro, I'm not playing. Like, it's a moment in time down there, dog. And I remember that shit. And I was just a fly on the wall / intern / doing whatever I could do to fit in, but it came from there. It grew from that woman's basement.
So when did you start to do tapes?
I did tapes then. I was doing tapes. You know, I was creating my own tapes because I was going back and forth to Supersonic telling them like, yo, bro, can you please put my tape in the store or put it in the front for that matter? But they never would because I learned at that time you need exclusives. So that's why I was around WAP and Zeta most times, like saying, yo, give me the throwaways. I'm going to put them just on this tape. I don't give a fuck if it's mix and master. Let me just throw this shit on here. Like, it's a, because my first shit went out of their season. It was called Street Judgment. And Street Judgment, I think I had like 1 or 2 Gucci Man songs on there that nobody gave a fuck about. They were like, I'm damn near like freestyles. But they were on there. And I sold that. And then as that shit got bigger and bigger and bigger, the Gucci Man official first mixtape, EA Sports Center, came out. And EA Sports Center changed my life because that was the full 15, 20 songs of Gucci Man, my drop, him talking, me talking. And I was like, yo, this is my intro. I can't blow this moment. But I also had
big moment.
And I also had the aspect of Kobe and them guys doing this party, so I was able to put out my mixtape and throw my own mixtape release party. And
with the audience.
Oh yeah, man. It was a magical moment because a lot of guys, y'all got the relationships, but then they don't know how to set up and do a party and shit like that.
Right.
I'm one phone call away calling my guys like, oh man, look, bro, it's over, life changing. We here. Like we got to book Gucci Man. I'm gonna find out what he want. You know what I'm saying? And that's, we played off that shit big. And so on top of that, with the success of House, it was just man, it was like a dream, bro.
So the EA Sports was before you got with Drama, before you got the
Yeah,
affiliates.
for sure. Yeah.
So when did you get with the affiliates and get with Drama?
Affiliates, man, at that time, like I said, Drum was just that guy. And I think I was an intern at Hot. Shout out to Sticks Malone. Sticks Malone put me in that building.
Shout out to Sticks.
And Drum the Sticks put me in the building with Hot, and I was an intern there and learned, like I said, I keep saying intern, guys. I really interned. I remember.
I was working.
I interned a lot.
I remember.
But Drum, he noticed me. He told me, he see the parties I was throwing and shit with Plush Blue. He heard of EA Sports Center because Bricks was on it, and Bricks was getting bigger and bigger as my single. That's the first time I learned what a single is, a song with my name in it. But Drum just, he was like, you want to be a part of the affiliates? And I was like, hell yeah. If I could learn, from you guys, I definitely want to be a part of it. So I jumped on that boat, and I learned a lot, man, from those guys. Structure, persistence, not giving a fuck, trying things. No, definitely, bro. Like, and just knowing that you're not, it's like graduating from high school going to college. These are the big motherfuckers.
Yeah.
These are
that's
guys.
the NBA.
So,
right.
Yeah. It's like, it was totally different. When I got there, it was like, all right, little nigga, you had your little mixtape fun. Like, nigga, do another one.
Right.
No, it was that.
Right.
Because I want them to be proud of me. Like, oh, man, look what I accomplished.
Right.
And they were like, nigga, all right, do it again.
So that's when you started the holiday season. I know you had the holiday season with DJ Drama.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
OJ the Juice Man, me and Drama. That was me pitching him ideas of the people I fuck with, bringing them in my world. We did culinary art school. And, having those affiliate drops in my mind, I just thought that was on my tapes, I just thought that was like a certified stamp.
It definitely was.
It made me feel like I was at next level. I graduated. A lot of my niggas in the hood didn't want me to do it because they was like, oh, nigga, you from Atlanta. You the home, nigga. You need this rep for the city. And I was like, nah, bro, this is like going to the Grammys, bro.
Right.
For me as a DJ, like, so I'm doing this. And then when all the raid shit happened, I think we kind of like, kind of broke apart and shit. Because I think the last two guys they even let come in was me and Infamous. And then after that, it was kind of like it broke apart.
Gotcha.
And
So-
then going my own way.
Part of being a dope DJ is having access to talent, but then being able to decipher who the talented is, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's say we all get the same records. There's some DJs who's not going to be able to pick out a hit record from them 20 records we all get in the mail.
Thanks.
But like you knew early on OJ was going to be hot. Before the world knew, you knew Nicki was going to be hot, or you trusted Nicki.
I trusted Deb. Nobody took Nicki serious all the way. Like everything Deb say goes. She's the end all be all in that building at that time for Brick Squad.
Explain who Deb is.
Deb Anthony, Waka's mom. She ran Brick Squad.
Okay.
She was Gucci's manager, OJ's manager. Waka when he first kicked off, but nobody really was paying attention to Waka at the time all the way. He just was like the young guy that was around, but he would come back to the studio and tell us everything that happened in the city, or if your song was doing good. Type shit. But then Nicki came from New York, and she was just there on the Deb, and I think she was just trying to find a way, and we had some amazing times, man. And then I was just tapped upon, and I keep hearing other little stories about it was supposed to be somebody else's tape, but it was always my tape. So
Talk about the Beam Me Up.
Let's talk about that.
Talk about the Beam Me Up, Scotty. Talk about that mixtape.
I don't, because I keep hearing that it was supposed, like Deb said, it was supposed to be somebody said it was supposed to be another DJ's tape, and
Who's the DJ?
Well, Drama. They said it was supposed to be Drama's tape, and I did my backstory on that, and I just heard it was always gonna be my tape. I even pitched that it was supposed to be both of ours. I just wanted the best for Nicki at the time. You know what I'm saying? But then I don't know all the details of why it didn't get done. I don't know if money was involved or anything like that. I just didn't. I was just trying to do whatever I could do to help Nicki, because I really was sold into Nicki's whole vision of what she was trying to be.
So we were talking about this off camera. So she says the phrase. I'm probably gonna mess the quote up. The first chick to make $1 million off of mixtape.
Yeah,
that was your tape.
That
right?
was her only mixtape, still to date, and I salute that, because and she told me she wasn't gonna do mixtape. She said this, all they're gonna want is this, and then after this I'm gonna get a deal, and then I'm gonna have an album, and my album is gonna sell millions of copies.
So
that's exactly how she said it.
So how did the phrase make $1 million off mixtape? How did that occur? Like, because at the time
she said she made $1 million off a mixtape because that mixtape catapulted her to the next level.
okay.
So you knew her talents
so
were.
she wasn't referring to sales.
Well, no, because we didn't sell it, but now it's sold. It's selling now. Like we put it on DSPs a couple years back, right around before the pandemic or after the pandemic. But yeah, and it did relatively well. Hell yeah, I get the pub checks, but at that time, no, it was just out. But that's what catapulted her to the next level, where she started getting booked and things. Now I remember her asking me like, "Yo, Puff want to sign me." I was like, damn, Puff Daddy want to sign you? Da-da-da-da-da. And she was like, yeah. But then also Lil Wayne want to sign me. Which one you think is better? And I said, Lil Wayne. For sure. No disrespect to Puff. Puff my guy. But Lil Wayne just had all that
energy at the
those
time.
those mixtapes, just freestyles over freestyles.
He was flooding at the time. He was the man.
And then
at the time.
I had ears to the streets, that I heard he was building that whole Young Money thing. He had the kid Drake and stuff like that. And nobody knew who Drake was at the time. Even Nicki was talking about that. And it was just amazing, man. I was like, man, you got to go with the juice. What's going on? So that was just perfect move for her.
I think that time was a perfect time for you, because I think you came up like 08, 09. You got DJ mixtape of the DJ of the year.
Man, and when I woke up and was watching MTV, and that shit, they said that shit on.
You didn't know.
They didn't call me and say nothing. I was asleep in my bed, bro, and I always watch MTV because I watch the videos.
Yeah,
Right.
And I just every TV in my house played videos, and I remember waking up and it was like mixtape of the year, DJ Holiday, and it was showing me and just videos and Nicki and shit like that. I was like, what the fuck? And then I called my guy. He was like, yeah, man, you won. And I was like, what?
Wow.
And then Rob Martman called me and all those guys, and that's when I got to do a page in XXL and things like that. And yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy moment.
That's when MTV used to do the Monday mixtape. They used to highlight the mixtapes on Monday.
Yeah, they was flying me to New York like every weekend to highlight mixtapes, and I was feeding their ass shit because I was really giving them the insight on Atlanta because I did Alley Boy, Trouble, fucking, the Chief Keef shit, everything, bro. I was like, yo, I'm taking the cameras to Chicago, like, and then we was doing that, like, and that shit was amazing, bro. Like, that's how we was moving.
I think 08, 09, that era, mixtape era, was the last great era of mixtapes when it comes to
Yeah, it
putting
was.
artists on. Because, I mean, think about the artists that came out at the time. Drake, Nicki Minaj,
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa,
Yeah.
J. Cole,
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, Nipsey Hussle, Big Crit.
That's a summer jam.
That's right there. It's a summer jam. And I'm forgetting Wale, Big Sean. All these artists came out around 08, 09, 010, around that time. And that's when you came up to as well. So, I mean, it just...
Yeah.
That literally was the last
That's great era
run.
of artists that came through off the
And
mixtapes.
listen, and I honestly say, that was a moment in time, bro, because I really can't give it to nobody else after us, bro. Like I said,
There is nobody
like,
else.
the ceiling hit, and that whole operation shut down after that, because it just wasn't meant to be. But, I salute to, I give it to, Esco did good with Future.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Yeah.
After that, I can't give it to nobody.
Esco didn't have a
No, he ain't have
run.
He didn't have a mixtape run, all
Yeah.
mixtape.
He
Like
had a
me
mixtape.
and Gucci,
Yeah, the King, he was rocking with Future, but he didn't have a
yeah,
run
but
like
but that connection of DJ artists
was strong.
I remember I seen they come up to, and then he got to do the residency in Vegas, and
Yeah, he killed that.
and then fucking, Future became fucking God,
Speaking back about that era, let's talk about Wiz Khalifa. You doing Cabin Fever too. Talk about that. How'd you link with Wiz Khalifa?
I'm working on Cabin Fever 4 right now.
Sheesh.
I'm supposed to turn it in. I ain't did it.
What you doing?
They on my ass. It's because I wanted to get back to the essence of Cabin Fever 1, but I did Cabin Fever 2 and shout out to Cabin. And you didn't ask me what my favorite mixtape was, but I always say this on interviews. Cabin Fever 2 was my favorite mixtape.
That you did.
And I'm sorry to all the Nicki fans and I'm sorry to all the Gucci fans. But y'all gotta understand, I love connecting dots. I'm a connect doctor. I'm a connect doctor. I'm a dot connector. And I enjoy the hustle and the bustle of getting something done at the end of the week when you start on Monday. And that Wiz Khalifa mixtape, that was a fucking 3-month ordeal of going to Pittsburgh, doing these hella dope ass parties, but then finding out who the next guy was, and everybody telling me ain't nobody out here. And then I go find Wiz Khalifa at a club, and he's doing white parties only. And I heard he doesn't even fuck with the black crowd like that. And you probably can't make him come to no black club, and I made him come to a black club. And then I seen one of his shows, and I'm like, this nigga's fucking Aerosmith, like for real. And this is right before Black and Yellow. This is Cushion Orange Juice at the time. Okay. I dive deep into that. I become a fucking Wiz Khalifa fan all the way, and then I just everything lined up. I'll never forget we did a party in LA for BET weekend. I was DJing and shit. Now everybody's there: Drake, Chris Brown, T.I., and you know what I do to show my love and respect and salute to him because I'm such a fan of the time. I play like 3 records off Cushion Orange Juice, and every crowd look at me. The whole crowd look at me like, "What the fuck are you doing? Who's this?" And I'm like, "It's that nigga right there. He's about to be the next big superstar."
And then
Boom. Black and Yellow, We Them Boys, all that shit. And everybody was looking like, oh my fucking God, this nigga did it again. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, I'm special, bro. No, I'm dead ass serious because I took a chance, but and Wiz will never let that down. He always remind me like, bro, you remember you did that for me? I was like, yeah, bro. I said, but that was your moment. And it was my job and my opportunity for me to show people like, nah, nigga, y'all here, y'all get money, y'all mean that, but that motherfucker there, he gonna be the next one too.
So what's the process? So let's say, Wiz, you fly up to Pittsburgh day one. What's the process like when you're doing a tape with an artist? Because that's different than you just pulling 20, 30 records out of your Serato or whatnot. But this is you're in the studio with the guy from day one to day done. What is it like?
It's just all like, with him it's a lot of weed. It was out. Yeah, it's very difficult to stay common that like you think we buy business today, and then it turns into you getting fucking high as shit, and you sleep, you wake up the next morning. But no, we it's just I didn't get the essence of what I wanted out of him for that mixtape because it was all kind of like he told me like, yo, here's 80 records, pick 10, you know, and I had to do that, and then I think we went more of a West Coast kind of vibe because he wanted to, he had just moved to the West Coast from Pittsburgh. He doesn't live there, but and it had a real big Bay Area feeling at the time, and then Problem had helped me out at that time a lot with that tape and just putting stuff together. But I was so happy, man, and appreciative of doing it. But the one I'm working on now, Cabin Fever 4, that nobody really knows about now, but until now, this is going to fuck up everything because it's all Lex Luger beats and 808 Mafia beats. And I had to go fucking find these dudes. And not 808, but yeah, Lex Luger. Y'all ain't heard from Lex Luger in a while. Lex Luger did like 7 of these beats. And that motherfucker was like, what? Me? I was like, yeah, you know why? Because Cabin Fever 1, after it had Cushion Orange, Cabin Fever 1 was the hardest shit. Them 808s was fucking amazing on that shit. I said, can you do that again, bro? Like, let's just change the sound. I know everything is all melodic and just crazy ass, and then the beat changes in the middle of the song and shit. I said, man, let's just go hard ass 808
from the start
and just fuck up everything. Like, let's go, and that's what we doing. And Wiz is rapping on that motherfucker. I went to the Wiz and Snoop show a couple weeks back, and I played it for him in his dressing room. He put me on the spot like a bitch because I told him I wasn't done. He's like, yo, play this shit for the room, and it was like 60 people in there. Played it, and everybody was looking at me like, oh my fucking God. And then I guess he went and told the label. Now everybody's like, "Oh, when you gonna turn it in?" But I don't want to be rushed.
So the process is you find, because I'm getting to a point. You find the producer, get the beats, then
send them to him.
So essentially, you are A&Ring your project.
Yeah. 100. But no, I dive all the way in, big dog. I'm already trying to get there. I dive all the way in. I'm not I don't play. Like I mean, if you want to give me an A&R title, cool. But
you deserve it.
My mixtape is my mixtape. It ain't. You send me 20 beats and then I talk over them. Send me 20 songs. I talk over them and then send them back to your engineer. That ain't that. No, we from scratch. With everything. Right. Yeah.
The process,
like the Nicki beam me up, that shit was 2 months. In the studio, in Blue Room, every fucking night. Learning about her, learning about her mom, learning about her, brother, learning about
Queens,
her
New
family.
York.
Yeah, I didn't know what
Everything.
Southside Jamaica Queens was. I don't go to New York every time. I go to New York for for Manhattan and fucking Times Square. But I learned all that shit. Where to go get a chopped cheese and shit like that.
So I think
You know what a bodega was.
I think people don't understand that's what we're getting in this interview. I think people don't understand the time and the effort.
The time and the effort, for sure.
The science that goes behind a tape, from the title to the specific sound of the music to because I remember you said he was going for like a Pacific Northwest sound, like a Northern California.
Yeah, he had a plan. Like, I want to attack the West Coast. I want to be huge I want to be Snoop of the West. I got the weed, I got the brand, but I want to be Snoop. Yeah. I want to be the West. So I'm like, okay, well, we're going to tap into that. And these conversations and these Zooms happen because of this type of stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of work goes into it. Y'all have no idea. Like, you do the Usher show, you do an amazing job, but I'm sure a lot of work goes into that shit. But when I got there for Showtime, that shit was perfection. I had the best time, and I spent all that fucking money on them tickets. But I appreciate it because it was a great show. Right. And you want people to feel good leaving away with something when they attend something. When I spend my hard-earned money, bro, like, I want to be happy that I spent that shit.
Right.
And I mean, that feeling is translated back with the fans and their love of the tape. So it's not just, okay, here's 10 songs, he makes them, he talks. No, this is a curated event. That takes a month, 2 months, a couple years.
Baby. It's a baby. And crazy about it, people always ask me that. I don't listen to my mixtapes after they come out.
I understand that.
I think that's lying. I'm not riding around listening to myself. Like, DJ Holiday.
Listen to your voice.
I'm not doing that. I don't listen to my shit. I seen like Tom Cruise, one of those dope ass actors was like, I ain't never watched my movies. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool to say that. I don't listen to my mixtapes. I don't. So I've never listened to Right on the Wall in its entirety. I've never listened to Beam Me Up Scotty in its entirety. I swear to God, I couldn't tell you what song is after another song.
Do you obviously because you're a DJ and you play globally, do you listen to the songs? Like, is there like okay, so let's take Writing on the Wall with Gucci. Is there a favorite song from a tape?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Because the fans picked it, but I knew it was going to be big. Right. First Day Out. First Day Out was a fucking Bible to hood niggas. I started off my day with a blunt of perk, no pancakes, a cup of syrup. I can close my eyes right now and see him saying that. Because he did that shit one take. He did it the first day he got out of jail. Me and Shawty Low, God bless the dead. Shawty Low, we met him at not Wright Street. It was Fulton. And we met him. Is that the same one? Sorry. Yeah, we met him it was the one in Decatur, right off Memorial.
Right off the highway.
That's the one. We met him there. And he got out straight to the studio, took a shower, got some food, met the studio, and that's the first song he did. He did that shit in one take. One take, whole verse, second ad-libs. Never forget that shit. I looked at Zay like, boy,
wow, he ready.
This is it. this is like Megatron's Gucci, man. I don't know what the fuck finna happen to this. And it's in his book. He said it like, yo, look at how they face. I swallowed that nigga like, bro, what the fuck? Was you saving that shit? And that song to this day, every time I hear it, I close my eyes. I just remember him in the booth. Because he did that shit one take.
Like moments like that justify the $10, $20, whatever, whatever a fan is paying for the tape, because those are experiences that they wouldn't have gotten from the album. They wouldn't have got it. And to your credit, those experiences are curated because of their need and their want to perform with you. Perform meaning put the tape together. Yeah. So those special moments, if let's say if you didn't do, I'm making this up because I don't know, but let's say if you didn't do Beam Me Up Scotty, right, then that may have not inspired him to do a tape, but because I've seen artists say, yo, I wanted to get big enough to do a tape with Holiday, Bobby Black, Scream, Drama. So to your credit, like a lot of what you did made it so that these guys could do what they do. Because they wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, and you know what's so crazy about it, bro? Like he broke it down to a science, and I don't think about it like that.
But you should.
I just wanted to be consistent and never just be flat. I just wanted to just work, and I engulf myself in just working. And just doing everything. Like to be a part of this book is a blessing, but it's like I never stop. And I haven't even stopped to this day, bro. I still wake up just like I woke up for Beam Me Up Scotty and just like I woke up for Writing on the Wall and all the other things I'm doing. Now I got Hollapaloozas and I got a label since 2019 and I'm working on Cabin Fever 4. Thank God I'm still doing what I want to do and I'm booked. I check my schedule, it's packed. Like I'm good, bro. And it's like, but that just come from just being, humble and consistent and just, praying, bro. So.
Like when I first started to hear about you, I think the first DJ that mentioned you to me was Cersei. I believe.
Yeah, Cersei, my God.
I believe it was Cersei.
Shout out to Cersei, man. I got some Cersei fucking stories, man. And Essos, man, I used to open for that nigga, man. That nigga, bro, I'm blessed, bro. I'm a different type of nigga, man. Because I got the I love learning from big dogs like Mars and shit. Man, I got a Mars story. And Mars, I ain't remember this shit, bro. But I remember I just begged that nigga like, I just want to be in the DJ booth with you at fucking Compound, nigga. Vision, sorry. And he left me.
That small ass booth.
Man, I don't give a fuck, dog. You DJ Mars. Right. And I was like, man, that's super friend motherfucker, man. That's the nigga. I want to be up under him, and he was like, he did. I know who you is, little nigga, and he didn't kick me out. But even with Nabs kicked me out of his booth, and that's cool. And I always joke with him, but Nabs kicked me out of the booth, bro. Now I think it was a club. Damn, what was that shit? It was called like the Weekend, the Beach. What damn?
South Beach.
No, that other motherfucking club, man. I forgot what the name of that shit was. But anyway, he kicked me out of that booth, man. And I never forgot that. But I was like, damn, Nabs, I just, but I wasn't supposed to be there. I done kick niggas playing out of my booth too. But like I said, with Cersei, he just taught me break this record right here. Look at the girls. Look at that crowd. Shot the birthday girl out. But he was DJing, but I was talking. But he was directing me and telling me everything the fuck
how to read the room, how to play the crowd.
Read the room, nigga. keep dancing, man. Fuck these niggas, man. Keep them dancing.
Keep them
If they leave, they gonna leave.
Yeah.
Keep them here so they can stay here.
Yeah.
And they gonna drink more. And they gonna bring us money. And I'm like, damn.
So to a point that you just said,
Shout out to Impa fucking Search.
the attribute that he gave you when he first started to talk about you, he was like, you knew how to talk.
Yeah.
Like you knew you were, and now we're gonna get into some DJ shit.
Yeah.
Like you were a DJ who could talk. That is now there's a whole bunch of DJs who run their mouth, but they can't talk. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like they'll be in a party just
Yeah, it's not saying shit. Not saying shit.
It's so annoying.
But too, like I said, but that comes from Cersei. That comes from Don Cannon. I give Don Cannon was like, nigga, if you don't DJ and host your own parties, you're a whack DJ. And I'm sorry, I came from the hard knocks of DJs, bro. Like them niggas was like critiquing me and breaking me down, bro. I remember Drum and Cannon used to come to my party. I used to do like some little goofy shit on Wednesday, but it was like a fly little chick. The women in there were amazing, but that's why they came. But them niggas used to critique the fuck out of me, and I used to get mad when they came. They used to talk like, "Nah, nigga, what kind of transition was that, man? What,
was the transitions whack or they
no,
was just
it wasn't.
critiquing?
It was just like, nigga, we wasn't ready to go to the West Coast. All right, we want to go to New York still. You didn't play Dipset. You didn't play this. You didn't play that's every time I DJ, I think about that type of shit. Like, oh, it ain't time to go there yet. All right, let me see the Caribbean people. They ready to go? No, not yet. I got like 2 more New York records I gotta play because I know it's a nigga at the bar who gonna love when I play this 50 Cent record. You know, that type of shit. That's the little stuff that you don't think about. But that's all shit that goes around in the DJ's head that you don't think about. And you gotta appreciate that shit. That's why you shouldn't come up there and bother us when we like really into our
Say that again.
No requests allowed. No requests allowed.
Bro, like don't
Yeah,
come up
that's
and
my
ask me
mantra.
to play your song or play your homeboy song when I'm deep and you see the party lit and you gonna come. Holiday, play this. And I'm like, what is that? Play this song. I'm telling you, it's gonna go. No, nigga, I ain't never heard of that. But you know, I don't know, man. You know, that's the club. But we still, you gotta think about it. When you break it down, we still at service.
Right.
Yeah. You know, you're here to serve them for the weekend or whatever.
Let me ask you a question. You be from the east side. How'd you link with Shorty Low from the west side? I know you mentioned him, you know, picking up
Gucci.
Gucci,
Yeah,
okay.
them niggas gambled every weekend in the studio. Them niggas would shoot dice out. You would lose your fucking lunch money. And them niggas, bro, they killing. No, I'm talking about like we literally would get back in from a club. I get my DJ money, Gucci get his money, and then Shawty Low be like, "Hey, come to the club." And nigga, we go to Blue Flame or we go to fucking Strokers and fucking gamble until the fucking lights come on. Yeah, then you can lose them. But Shawty Low from that, and then you know, just relationships, just being cool and being around and being in the mix, man. I always, you know, I did a mixtape with him, but it wasn't like a major one. It wasn't like LO. It wasn't They Know. I didn't get that one. You know, man, Screen. I think Screen got salute to Screen. Screen got that one, but that one went with. But I always knew I supported Low from afar all the time. I told Gucci like, yo, Low gonna catch. And when that nigga caught They Know and caught Dun Dun and Foolish, I said this nigga out of here. But we supported. I paid him for hosting. He came to SOs. Me and Cersei went in there and begged Abe to get that nigga like 20,000. Nigga, that was the biggest night there. Nigga, you couldn't even get off fucking
couldn't get off the
20,
highway.
nigga. Like I remember that night, nigga. So yeah, we did that, and you know, man, LO was a great guy, man. He supported me all the time. Pull up to anything I did when I doing opera on Thursdays. He came and shut that bitch down for my all white party. I never forget that. I didn't even pay him, and this is LO. You know, like that's one of them records to this day. You gonna play like Nuck If You Buck, right? And he always showed up for me and always supported me, man. But when he lost his life, man, that shit just devastated me. I've lost a lot of my fucking friends, bro, that I've seen from day one. Like the Dolph stories, man. Those like pierced me so bad because, like I said, man, he's just one of those guys, man. He was dirt down and didn't think nobody really cared about him. And he called me. No, he wasn't, because he was on house arrest. And he called me and was like, "Bro, I'm young Dolph. I'm from Memphis. You know, I ain't Gotti in them yet, man. But I'm coming. I'm building my shit, man. I'll give you, you know, whatever you need to do a mixtape." And I did it. It was Cost Crunchy Trapping, and I did that tape. He met me at the state line of Tennessee and Georgia, and gave me $10,000 in a Kroger's grocery bag.
Damn.
But no. And then I checked the bag, and it was $20,000 in it. And I said, "Why'd you give me $20,000?" And he was like, "Man, 'cause I want you to super believe in me, like fuck with me, like." And then I linked him with Zay, and him and Zay linked up, and that's where Preach came from. And then when Preach dropped, he was able to come and move around. He used to come to Atlanta for the weekend. I swear it would be me and that nigga by ourselves in Harlem Nights, and that nigga would pop 3 bottles of Ace of Spade and give it to a birthday girl, and then we'll have 2. And I swear that's how. And it just kept going bigger and bigger.
Right.
And,
He's a genuine guy.
Yeah, South by Southwest's and A3C's, and he did every fucking thing he's supposed to do.
Right.
Everything. And I just told him, I said, your voice is unique. It's gonna catch. Mm-hmm. And they
definitely unique. Yeah. And I feel like that was another way that you ushered in a new sound.
Yeah, man.
That wasn't Dolph. Being even when we think of Memphis, we think of Ball and G. We think of 3-6. He didn't sound like none of them.
None of them niggas, bro. I just like the tone of his voice and the cadence, man. That's when I learned about like even listening for artists and shit. Like, Mars, we say we got that ear. I feel like we do because we listen to so much music. But I really be like, I got that Jedi ear. Because I listen to the first 30 seconds of your song, I know. I just know because I know a tempo that I want to be on and what it should feel like. Or if you're saying some dope ass shit, I feel like people would gravitate to. Yeah. So when I heard that nigga voice, I was like, man, first of all, your voice got to sound different for me. You got to say something. Your voice got to sound different. But now, it's so complicated because you got to have social media all the way tight. It's a real fucking job, So, yeah.
Yeah.
So mixtapes and then singles, you put out your own projects.
Yeah.
Is there a holiday album?
Well, God Bless the Mixtape, I put that out by myself. I had label funding and I had label support, but I wasn't signed to a label at that time. I don't think I wanted to be because I just heard they would rape me and take my money and shit. But I put out, man, an amazing compilation of songs. I had Meek Mill on that motherfucker, T.I., Future.
That record was Sweet Rock. It's still my joint today with
man,
that's still my record. I love that record.
But that just shows you the test of time. I didn't even know the fuck I was doing, dog. Like I put that shit out, I ain't shoot a video for that motherfucker. Like I didn't know how important the budget was to, but T.I. and all, they just supported me because, I had that going and I was on the radio and all that shit. And I just, I was excited. And I thank everybody for being part of that tape. But out of that tape, Flexing,
yes.
The song with McConan, the song. I mean, I didn't know that. They said that song was the biggest song in like fucking in the Bay Area or some shit at one point in time. And I was getting booked in the Bay, nigga, for like a year, nigga, like hard every Saturday, nigga. So, and I didn't even ever meet McConan to even tell him thank you for that record. Other than when I broke Tuesday with Drake and them. But
another big record.
Yeah, so, but no, putting out that compilation was amazing, man. It was a great experience. A lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of calls, a lot of clearances and shit. But I did it myself. But been able from that, and then I got to deal with Hitco and things like that with L.A. Reid, and I put out 2-seater and with OJ and 2 Chainz, not 2 Chainz, shit. Quavo and 21 Savage. Gotcha. And that record was amazing too. It did a lot of great work. So
you got the new record now with OT and Wiz.
Yeah. That's just me and Puff talked, man, at the top of the year, and he told me, man, if I wasn't exhausted by the end of the year, then I ain't do enough work. And that stuck with me this year. And I just been saying I was gonna just be consistent and do shit outside of just all the other things I'm smothered with, like my label, Cincinnati 19 and Hollapalooza, and being consistent with that quarterly. But and investing in these artists I do, but something for myself to just feed the fans and make them understand that I'm still here and I'm not going nowhere. And here's a song, that I had, that I didn't put all the way together, but I got it done, and it got cleared and everything. We shot a video, and it's just visuals and just staying consistent. Yeah, got to do that. And it's a great song, by the way. Yeah, people play it.
I mean, the underlying theme that I get from your career is a work ethic.
Yeah, football.
Because you can't.
Southwest.
You can't survive if you don't do what you do. So I'm gonna give the people watching this a little bit of background. So Bril got to the studio first. You got here second. I walked in third. When I walked in, you and your mans were filming a promo video for a party that you're doing in South Carolina. So like
We did three.
Three.
We did three different ones. So they all get the same video, same jacket.
I walked in on the last one. I was like, God, dog, like, yo, homeboy's not stopping. Like, we're here to film a podcast. While we're prepping to film the podcast, he's filming 3 promo videos for 3 separate parties, 3 separate parts of the country.
Celebrity basketball tournament, Orange Crush in South Carolina, and then the A3C joint here. And I just thought y'all had dope decor, so I just, just like, why not?
Take advantage of
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken.
And then when I leave here, I'm going to a meeting for Revolt, and then I'm going to another meeting at 3, and then I pick up my babies if I got time, and that's it, man. And we shut it down around like 9 or 10 because we were in the studio.
Man, so as we roll out to wrap up the show, I just want to. I never said this to you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying it now. Like, your work ethic again is incredible. Like that is it, because we got a bunch of DJs. You got a bunch of DJs who are actually good. Then you got good DJs, and DJs who work hard.
Yeah, I never wanted to be good. I always wanted to be great. I never said I was the best scratcher. I don't do this shit with my nose. And do all this shit behind my back. That's fine. But I know how to play records. I don't slam them. I like to be gentle and introduce them the right way. But by all there's Jazzy Jeffs and there's fucking there's fucking Kid Capri's and there's Mars's and them niggas is dope. I'm a fan of them motherfuckers. But holiday is holiday. But I do my thing and I appreciate all that, man, because like I said, it's just a no quit attitude. Consistency, and I got all that from football and the early things we talked about.
Right.
Those are the things I cherish in my business, man. Now I'm in the moment in my life where I feel like these next couple of years of what I'm doing have to set me up to be on some chill shit because I'm sorry, I'm not doing this when I'm 60. I want to have investments that I can check. I would love to have a club and go in the club and check, just get the vibes. I want to be a part of the vibe, but not always in the vibe. Yeah, so that and then building this multi-million-dollar business, I know Hollapalooza will be because Rolling Loud, I'm a fan of that, but I really got to dive deep into that and find out what they was on and how they got that going. Now Hollapalooza can be that for me.
Talk about that.
Yeah, Hollapalooza is just a concert series I started maybe like 7 years ago. It's been a trial, but at the same time, it's business, it's work. I build a platform and an opportunity for guys to come and perform for millions of people, online, but also just, and we try to piggyback off of things that's going on in the city. So Rolling Loud is in Miami. We go to Miami. A3C is here. We come here. South by Southwest is in Texas. We go to Texas. But what we doing is, you got Burger King, you got McDonald's. Everybody can't goddamn go to the big show. It's some niggas who gonna go be with some other niggas, and I know people who are in entourages and shit, and everybody can't perform. So Hollapalooza is for you. We're gonna give you that light. But I'm very proud to say that we produce Lil Durks, we produce Young Dolphs, we produce A Boogies with the Hood, we produce fucking who's the last one? Mike Big Boogie. And I'm happy because I'm doing my job. So, and then when we got investors in there asking questions, and we're excited, man. And Cincinnati 19 is my label. I'm not all the way super. We ain't going crazy. We just got 2 or 3 artists that's making a lot of noise in the city, man. And we're excited, man. And we got a staff and shit, man. We on that phone every fucking day, cuz. And it's exhausting, bro. It's a lot, man. My wife always get on me like, don't overstress yourself and shit. But I be like, man, somebody got to pay these bills for real. So, you know what I'm saying?
But then, man, first of all, man to man, DJ to DJ, I thank you. I thank you.
No, thank you,
real,
Mars, man. Mars, y'all, he's being very subtle, man. But Mars is, man, iconic, bro. This nigga wrote a fucking book, cuz, everything you've done, bro, for the DJ culture, man, appreciate you, bro. Like, Mars, man, you were one of the people, like, when you hear that Mars is on the card, like, you gotta go watch. You gotta go listen because your transitions, the way you play music, your bag, them crates, motherfucker. I know your crates is crazy, but man. But then even to see that, like not saying you're done, but you're like even the Usher show, bro. Like when you go to the Usher show in Vegas, if your girl ever beg you to go there, like that nigga controls the whole crowd, and it's so special to see you, man, knowing that, man, God just shining on you, bro, just to say, yo, here you go, man, keep going, bro.
Thank you.
And that's what I see because. I'm like, damn, bro, like that's just the most amazing gig in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, and I love that, bro.
Thanks, man. Well, Art Behind the Tape podcast series. Yours truly, DJ Mars, my partner Bril right here.
Yes, sir.
Bril, thank you, man.
No doubt, man. Always
Bril was on my ass like, you coming for real? You coming?
Gotta make sure.
Bril, the success of this is because of that guy.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
for sure.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much, Bril, man.
Definitely, man. I've been rocking with you since he was an intern when I was 79.
And
so
he know. That's what
I've seen the grind, man. So you're a hard worker.
I never was that nigga who I always wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm not ashamed of carrying coffee, none of that shit. You shouldn't be either.
All right.
We out.
Here, y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Holiday season.
Follow me on Instagram at DJ Holiday. Yep.
Mixtapes.
The classic mixtapes. Doing the mixtape thing.
Let me drop a mixtape.
Oh, mixtape.
The mixtapes.
This is the Art Behind the Tape podcast. Hosted by
This DJ.
DJ Mars and Bril Ndiaye, covering the spectrum of the mixtape culture.